He captured love for a living, but never believed in it himself. Until she walked in wearing winter white. Leo's the city is the most sought after wedding photographer. He had a gift for freezing moments and time to tear in a father's eye. The shared whisper between a bride and groom. His lens saw everything, every stolen glance, every secret smile. He created fairy tales for others, frame by perfect frame. But for him, it was all a performance, a beautiful, well-rehearsed play. He was paid to document. He'd seen it all. The grand declarations, the lavish ceremonies, and then, months later, the quiet, loved Leo was a fleeting emotion, as transient as the light he so expertly manipulated. His studio was his sanctuary, a minimalist space of clean lines and stark white walls, filled only with the ghosts of other people's happiness. He preferred the quiet hum of his equipment to the chaos of human connection. His heart, like his camera, was set to manual focus, sharp, precise, and emotionally detached. He was a master of his craft, an artist of observation, but a stranger to the very thing he photographed. He believed in good lighting, perfect angles, and the decisive moment, not in soulmates or forever. Then came the first real snow of the season, blanketing the city in a soft, quiet hush. The bell above his studio door chimed, a sound he usually ignored. But this time the cold air that rushed in felt different. It carried with it a scent of pine and something else, something like hope. And then he saw her. Her name was Alara, and she was there to book a session, but not for a wedding. She wore a simple white dress, not of silk or satin, but of soft, warm wool. Snowflakes clung to her dark hair like tiny stars, and her eyes held the deep, calm blue of a winter lake. She wasn't a bride, she explained, but she wanted to capture a moment for herself, a celebration of a new beginning, a quiet promise she was making to her own future. Leo was intrigued. There were no nervous fiancés, no demanding family members, just Alara and her serene confidence. He picked up his camera, his movements fluid and practiced. He expected to feel the usual detachment, to see her as just another subject, another composition of light and shadow. But as he looked through the viewfinder, something shifted. He saw more than just a woman in a white dress. He saw the strength in her quiet smile, the history in her thoughtful gaze, and a vulnerability that was both breathtaking and real. For the first time, his lens wasn't just capturing an image. It was revealing a soul. He found himself directing her, not with professional commands, but with gentle questions, wanting to know the story behind her eyes. They talked for hours. She told him about her journey, about leaving a life that wasn't hers to find one that was. He found himself sharing things he'd never told anyone: his cynicism, his carefully constructed walls, his fear of the very thing he sold for a living. With every click of the shutter, a piece of his armor fell away. The studio, usually a sterile space, filled with warmth and laughter. The photo shoot ended, but their story was just beginning. He showed her the photos a week later. She wasn't just beautiful in them. She was radiant, powerful, and alive. Looking at her image on the screen, Leo finally understood. Love wasn't about the grand gestures or the perfect ceremonies. It was about seeing someone for who they truly are and feeling, for the first time, truly seen in return. That winter, the photographer who captured love for everyone else finally found a reason to believe in it for himself. He had spent his life framing other people's fairy tales, but with Alara, he was finally ready to start his own. She wasn't his winter bride in the traditional sense, but she was the beginning of his new season. The woman who walked in with the snow and thaw in his frozen heart. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe for more content just like this. We'll see you in the next one.